Hey everybody, JTISREBORN here, and welcome to another edition of my Batman the Animated Series reviews. In this episode, we're going to be talking about the Underdwellers. Now, this is episode, what, 6? Yep, episode 6. Anyways, the Underdwellers is an episode where, we'll cover a brief synopsis, and then I'll just go over kind of the whole episode, kind of like I normally do. So, basically, Batman finds some kids are stealing stuff, and he tries to track them down, which leads him to the sewer. There's kind of like a little society there where they're being run by this obnoxious asshole named the Sewer King. Batman's got to find the kids and then save them and then bring the Sewer King to justice. So that's in essence the brief plot synopsis of it, spoiler free. I guess I'll say what I think of the episode, then kind of cover more of the details and stuff. Overall, I do really enjoy this episode. I know it was shock, but this one's really funny. This is a pretty standalone episode. No real plot elements of this episode are ever seen again. Pretty much after this one, this is just a standalone Batman story. Not a lot of people in this movie. No major villains. It's just kind of Batman just on one of his typical cases. But this one's a lot funnier. I mean, I love seeing the classic Batman villains, obviously, but I like the standalone episodes like this too, that, it's just Batman just facing one-off villains, because he doesn't always fight just the main rogues in Gotham City. So anyways, got all the information here. As the episode begins, we have a bunch of kids who are on a train, and I guess spoiler territory from this point onward. So we have these kids around this train, they're playing chicken, whoever moves, chicken. One of them gets stuck, and he's about to get hit, but Batman saves them, and Batman just you play chicken, you fry. And I thought that was kind of funny. Then some lady thinks that, some rich lady's oh, a leprechaun stole my purse. Some kid comes up and steals it, and that's what leads him to the sewer and stuff. And it was just Batman just saying, leprechauns, huh? Huh. So Batman has to go into Gotham City and try and figure out where this kid is. So he finds one of the kids, and then we come to find that these kids are just being ruled by this asshole named the Sewer King. And the guy who voices him is so over the top, but he is such a joy to listen to. He's "Yeah, my pretties, my baby crocodiles and children." You know what he reminds me of? Looks kind of like? He's got this little eye patch. He's kind of wearing this cloak thing. He's got a little ring, and he's sitting in his throne. He's ugh. He kind of looks a little bit like the child catcher from Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. You know that creepy guy who's "Come along, my little kitties," and my little mice. So he's just an asshole, just rules over these kids who are kind of just like kids who ran away, and he just has them now steal lots of pretty goodies for me, or you get fed to the crocodiles or the alligators, whatever reptilians you want to call these things. And all this guy does is shout and just scream and yell the whole episode, but he does crack me up. But anyways, Batman takes this kid in who people thought was the leprechaun, but it's really just a kid. And he takes him in, and he has Alfred kind of watch over and take care of him a bit. And this is some really funny stuff happens here. Alfred's I don't know how to take care of kids. And I'm what about Bruce? What about Dick Grayson? I mean, you've clearly been involved with that. So that was pretty funny. There's some funny moments with Alfred and this kid. I always remember this episode when I was little, because I just remember on the screen where Alfred's trying to get him to teach him proper etiquettes. And he's trying to clean him up, and he's just trying to teach him responsibility to do work. You just see Batman, he's on his computer, you just look in the background, and you just see on the TV just Alfred and this kid, and they're we're doing work, and just the animation just kind of cracks me up a bit. But yeah. So anyways, Batman eventually finds a sewer, uses the kid, leads him to the sewer where all the kids are at, and Batman just he's evidence, and Batman is just fucking disgusting because he's this is like a child slave camp. They steal stuff. They're farming underground, which, by the way, unless you have direct sunlight, the only thing I could think you could grow is what mushrooms. But other than that, you're just not gonna be able to grow anything unless you have some special artificial light source or something like that. Anyways, Batman confronts him, and then this guy, the Sewer King's "What is going on here?" He's "Batman!" And then, he sicks his alligators or crocodiles. He has a bunch of them, by the way, on Batman. And one of the funniest parts of the episode, this crocodile comes at Batman, and then Batman just grabs him by this. Batman fucking suplexes the crocodile, and this thing is fucking huge. Like, this thing is like, Batman's what, like 6'4", 6'3", or something like that. This thing is like more than twice the size. This thing is like a 15 to 20 foot crocodile. Batman grabs it like this. Batman fucking suplexes the thing, then ties it up, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, Batman. And like seeing all these kids in this like kind of this like slave sewer king type camp just pisses Batman off. Like he's just like, it's like, you disgusting human being, you bastard, you know, shit like that. And then eventually, you know, Batman catches him, and he was like, the sewer king's like, wait, why are you doing this to me? He's like, that's judgments. You're gonna be judged by the judge, but I'm so tempted to carry out the verdict myself. Like Batman's like just wants to fucking kill this guy, but he's like, I'm so tempted to. Like, believe me, you are a disgusting human being with your child like slave labor camps or whatever. And he eventually goes in there, and the kids come out, and they're like, throughout the episode, they're kind of sensitive to this thing called the light, and that's the way the sewer king kind of tortures them, too. It's like, oh, you misbehave? Into the light with you! Ha 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 ha! And then, yeah, that's kind of the gist of it, and, yeah, so, like, the end of the episode, the kids are free, one of them's just like, the light! I see the light! And, yeah, that's pretty much the gist of the episode. The kid who Batman takes under his wing, I guess, throughout the episode, like early on, his kid's name is Frog. He only has like one line, and then he's got a friend named Jack, but just thought I'd mention that. Got the info on my phone back here. I'm looking on just in case I missed anything else. No, not much else to say there, but yeah, I'm trying to think, is there any other things I want to say? Oh, yeah, there's a line the Sewer King says where he's just like, I got the wiki on right here, where he's just like, a few hours in the light will make Jack a bright boy, which is kind of like, all work and no play makes Jack a little boy, that. Yeah, there's another part where Batman's fighting the alligator or crocodile. I think it's alligator because you think alligators in the sewer. I don't know what they are. You never specify. But anyways, the thing is like, Batman's got his jaw open like this, and Batman just kind of just like lifts it up like that, and it just, you know, possibly kills the thing or something like that. But the closing jaws of an alligator are just, the strength of that is just ridiculous. But I guess Batman is stronger than the closing jaws of one of these like reptilian creatures. And, well, I mean, he is pretty strong. He suplexes the damn thing. But, like, by God, like, Batman just, like, he holds his jaw open, and he goes, and the thing's like, done. And there's one funny part where Batman, the Sewer King, is like, Batman's hanging from something, he's like, I clothe them, the Sewer King's like, I clothe these children, I feed them, I give them a home. They're supposed to be mine, they listen to me and shit. He's stomping on Batman's hand, Batman's about to fall, and Batman does like a little flip pole around, kicks the guy, and then Batman's like, grab my hand, he's like, never! And he falls in the water, like, with all the hungry alligators, and Batman just like, says something along the lines of a fitting death for like a piece of shit or something like that. And then the guy's still alive, and he's like, haha, nope, I told you, these are my babies, and the things are like dogs, and he's just petting them like, Gucci, Gucci, goo, and it's pretty funny. And then Batman continues to go after him, and the things try biting at him, and he's just like, he looks at all of them, he's like, later. Like, we'll play later, or something like that. I thought that was pretty funny. And yeah, this is a pretty funny episode. This is kind of an overlooked one. Not too many people talk about the Underdwellers too much. I guess a lot of these, like, somewhat standalone episodes, they don't get as much attention because it doesn't necessarily have, like, the big villains or nothing too major happens. They're just fun little standalone stories, and I enjoy them just for that reason. So, yeah, I think that's going to wrap it up for this one. If there's anything else you want to talk about in this episode, you can leave in the comments below. I feel like I've said everything I need to say. I'm not sure what else I can add to it, but yeah. Sewer King's pretty over the top, but he's kind of funny over the top, and he looks like the child catcher from Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. And yeah, this is a pretty fun, silly episode. So once again, let me know in the comments below what you think of the Underdwellers, and I'll see you next time on the Batman the Animated Series reviews. So.